Little Tay. Now, MC, did you even know who this person was prior to this conversation?
Nope.
Whoops. Oh, I didn't have it pulled up. There we go. Okay, so you didn't know who she was. Okay. Now I remember this chick because she got into like some ruckus with Bad Baby. You know who Bad Baby is, right? The Cashmere Outside girl.
Yeah, I remember her from was it
Dr.
Dr.
Phil.
Phil?
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
show
yeah.
she was on, but she said that
Yeah.
is
And so she was in that
yeah.
same universe with her. And then I think she was pretending to be, she had passed away or something. And she has like made a lot of like crazy, she's done a lot of crazy things on social media, not to the point where you were like, showing clothes or anything, but she's been trending for like dumb reason, pranks and stuff like that. Well, she is trending because she just turned 18 and she has made over $1 million. And this is all alleged because I'm calling cap on some of this stuff though. But she made $1 million after turning 18.
You already know what's going on. We just broke the link record with the youngest link of the century. $1 million in a couple hours. I'm still the youngest one doing it. For all the grown haters who've been hating since I was 9 years old, look at me now. What y'all got to say? Y'all been doubting me for 7 years. You can hate on me all you want. You can't say Lil Tay ain't winning. So for everybody out there, do whatever the hell you want with your life. Who gives a what people have to say? And remember this. Lil Tay rich and finna get richer. Oh yeah, and thank you to all my supporters who have pre-ordered since 2018 or whenever you did.
It gets harder every day to defend men in this country. Lil Tay launched an OF on her 18th birthday and made over $1 million in just 3 hours. This little girl just turned 18. She has the exact same face that she did when she was 12.
This is wild.
She has the same figure that she had when she was 16, 17. But y'all were fantasizing, waiting for this day. Just like with Bahad Bahabi. You remember the Catch Me Outside girl? We watched her grow up on the internet. She launched an OF on her 18th birthday and made $1 million in one day because you people are so disgusting. What is so attractive about a fresh 18-year-old? You people are PDFs.
Hold on, before I let the panel cook, this is from Anton Daniels, so shout out to him. So they kind of had a conversation about this. Well, they started off with a strong conversation, but it kind of went off the rails. But we're not gonna go that far. But yeah, any quick thoughts, MC?
Yep. These are the same people that think Euphoria is a great TV show. That's my immediate
I was
thought.
thinking that too.
Um, are you familiar with Millie Bobby Brown, TR?
Oh yeah, yeah. Drake's chick.
She unfortunately, some people have put her in that category, but I know her from Stranger Things. She plays 11.
Yeah, Drake's girl.
She made a comment, and I remember reading about this. I think she's 21 now, but the instant she turned 18, TR, she said she started getting pics of dudes' meats in her DM, like literally the
Jeez.
instant. And she made comments that guys said that they had set countdown clocks to the second to mark when she turned 18 so they could start sleazing on her.
Yeah. Wow.
I say all that to say I agree with that gentleman 100%. This is a failure on the men's part. This is a bunch of goofy, lame simps and betas and I hate using the word incel, but I use incel too.
Damn, MC.
Y'all can't deal with women in real life, so this is what you resort to. Y'all have trash marriage. Married men are the number one consumers on OFTR. Your marriage is so trash that you can't get your wife to bust it open for you or to maintain herself for you. So you have to resort to looking up little people like Lil Tay or Bonnie Blue or all these other people that ain't got no business taking your money and you are making them millionaires. This is the same type of behavior that made Shannon Sharp's alleged lawsuit get settled. And now she's rich and famous off of some simpage.
Hey,
And now she's set for the rest of her life. The simp economy is strong, TR. The
hose
simp
up,
economy is
pimps
very
down.
strong.
Hose up, pimps down.
We need a manhood reset in this country right now. In this world, man. Y'all goofy, dude.
All right.
Y'all don't Man, let me get off my soapbox. Go
All right,
ahead.
no, all right, MC. Look, all right, I'm gonna let these people cook real quick. I'm gonna tell you my side of things real quick.
Ah, that is weird. She said pre-order since 2018.
Okay, that's okay. Here's why I don't believe that part though. Okay, now Lil Tay again has a history of lying. All right, there's no way you can pre-order on someone that's okay. That would make her like what 11 or 12. So you're telling me OF OnlyFans, this is a website that everyone demonizes, is allowing people underage to do a countdown clock till they turn 18. Is that what you're telling me? Because that tells me you should be going after OF. And as far as I know, no one's ever gone after OF. I mean, Visa and MasterCard hasn't even pulled their business from OF. So what's the issue? Is OF the issue? Or are people upset that this 18-year-old is, she just turned 18 and she got on there? Because I don't think that part is really true. I think she just threw that in there to piss people off, though. Not that it turned people away, but
I believe in TR, and I will tell you why. Um,
this
I
guy.
think it was I think it was about 3 years ago, and mind you, I work in the payment compliance industry, right?
Mhm.
Um, all of the large corn sites got sued because they had minors who
Yeah,
released
I
videos
remember
on all
that.
of their
Yep.
websites. And the card brands hit all of them. Like when I say
Yep.
card brands, I mean Visa, Mastercard, Amex, etc. Hit all of them pretty hard and took
Mhm.
away their ability to process payments for a very long time. I say all that to say it's not without the realm of doubt that OF could do the same thing or have the same problems. Like there's ways there's fake IDs, there's fake authentications that you can do. People find loopholes all the time,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll say that. Like I said, I can't prove it, so it's all alleged. So let me let these guys cook real quick.
Okay, that's sickening. But I'm not surprised. I think with all these things changing, some states, y'all can't blame the men. She's 18. You're weird. She's 18.
I don't think men realize how weird
I'm laughing
comments
way
like
too
that
much at
are
this.
because it's just like, okay, if they pass the law to drop the age of consent to 16, are you going?
In some states, they actually have that. But
And
the
it's like,
fact that she doesn't even look like she's 18, she looks like she's in middle school.
exactly. And it's like, just because something is legal doesn't mean that it's morally correct. And it's like, that just goes to show for that girl to be just turning 18 and she made that much money in that short amount of time. That just goes to show how sick and what that guy was saying, PDFy, a lot of these men are in this country because why are y'all so ready to look at a little girl like that? Because it wasn't a bunch of 18-year-olds signing up for her OF. Those more than likely were grown men.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Now, you bring up a good point, and MC. You said some of the same things as well too. MC, I got to ask you this question: what is the solution to this then? So, if we're saying it's a problem that she turned 18, a bunch of men, or let's just say we know majority was men, so we're not going to cap on that. What's the solution here? What should be done? And then I'll tell you my opinion on this.
So this is a complicated conversation. 18 is an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So any man who want to pursue that at the age of 18, it's a little weird to me, but if you have
Well,
two consenting
hold on,
adults, there's no legal problems there.
MC.
Yeah.
Let's qualify this. Any man that's over 25 that signs up, or just any man in general? Any man
Adults,
after?
I'm saying as a man who is in his lower 40s, I want nothing to do with an 18-year-old. I have nothing in
Okay.
common with you. But I'm also saying if someone is the same age as me and they are dating somebody who's 18, 19, and they are both there voluntarily, there's nothing you can do. That's two consenting adults. It's goofy, it's weird, but it ain't my cup of tea. But that's their life and that's their decision. So to answer your question, Tr, as long as everybody is following the law, there is no solution because they're both obeying the law.
Okay. So it's just more of a social thing. Okay. So
But
here's my
here's before you go, here's my pushback to women because women tend to frown on this more than men do, right? And what women don't realize is a lot of men who have options want a woman who is a little bit younger than them because there's less baggage. She's giving you a better version of herself. And she doesn't have as much of the mental hangups and traumas that somebody your age would have.
I
That's
don't
what a
know.
lot of
Look,
these women don't understand because men see value in a woman's purity and virtue. And for some reason, that doesn't register with women.
I
It does.
MC, I know you would have me, but Lil Tay, I know you're not familiar with her. I just did a couple, lookups on, some headlines what she was involved with. This
Hmm.
girl's is a goddamn basket case. First of all, I thought this was like a little boy with long hair. I thought it was an Asian boy with long hair. Like no, I'm not no disrespect to her, but this is a grown up apparently. This is an adult. And so, yeah, I can say that when it comes to like stuff with OnlyFans, there's no as much as people want to like criminalize the men that look into this stuff or that go to these websites, it ain't going to change. Just like the men ain't going to be able to change the women. So there's that. Now, for people saying that she's 18, they make it like it's like a big problem. Okay, if it's just, if being 18 and getting on OnlyFans is such a big problem, then why don't we just move the age of consent or the when they become an adult a little bit older? Because later in this video, they do talk about women just aren't women are 18, 19-year olds. They're not really fully adults. They turn 25. I find it like laughable when people say stuff like that though. And again, no disrespect to anybody on the panel, but what are you gonna do about the men that do reckless shit when they're like below 18? I mean, we just reviewed that one video of the 14, 15-year-old one was 15, the boy who assaulted that Doge employee. Like, is he? I mean, he doesn't have his full frontal lobe cortex or whatever, so it's not fully developed. So people always make this argument for women, but they never make this argument for boys. And I'm not saying you need to make the argument for boys though. Like you murder someone or you assault people or you do destructive damage, you should be treated like an adult, just like everybody else. And so if these women want to get to 18, they want to like start telling the world that they're doing whatever. I don't know what she has on her platform on OF, which is funny though, because usually they start leaking stuff like that. I don't think she's really even doing anything because the story came and went. So it's not like it's like a big conversation. As far as like who is it? Is it Denise Richards? Was it her daughter that got on OF too?
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're both on OF. So that was like a big damn thing. But no one had any smoke for the mom. And the mom was like, yeah, I'm going to OF too. I'm like, Denise Richards, that's like, I mean, I know you're not the Denise Richards of young, though, but do you really need to be on OF with your daughter? Like, to me, that's real sickening, but nobody wants to have that conversation. So I guess ultimately what I'm trying to say is that if people have a problem with 18-year-olds get on there, then fine. I want to see everything else move from 18 to 20, or actually, you know what? Let's make it a nice number, 25 though, because that's when the insurance company considers you a real adult. So let's move to 25. So let's move smoking to 25. Let's move voting to 25. Matter of fact, let's move child support to 25. And then we'll see who's really an adult. Once you start taking away rights from like some of these, these teenagers at 18
That's
and
a tough conversation, TR. That's a
nope.
tough conversation. I'm
But
gonna tell you why. Because if you're gonna do that, first of all, the people that are pushed back against it the most are women because you're cutting off a huge source of revenue for them.
yep,
That's number one. And for number two, you could be 18 and join the military and go fight in a war.
yep.
How you gonna rectify that? You gonna
But
raise that
see,
to 25 too?
but that's my point, though. People will make the argument for all those other things, voting, enlisting in the military, but when it only comes when the OnlyFans. There are a bunch of women on OnlyFans that make no damn money. They probably make $300 or $400 just to cover a couple bills, and that's enough for them. This Lil Tay, Bad Baby, and Denise Richards and her daughter. There's some of the exception, and there's probably more than that. I just don't have a good knowledge of OF like that. But there's probably like a bunch of other women that are in that elite class that can, pull in, a good amount of money. And so again, I know Lil Tay. So the information comes from Lil Tay posting the pictures. I don't or posting her earnings, but I don't think it's real. But if you want to fix this problem, then they got to start moving the age up. And then I guarantee you, Ninjas is going to shut up about, well, is she 18 or not? Move that child support order to like 23 then. or 20. Tack on 2 more years, and then we'll see if these people are really adults.
I see Brando just commented something. Does OF are you gonna put does OF even advertise those viral stories about OF seem sponsored? I've never seen them advertise, but we're talking about the
They
world
usually
polo
don't.
professional.
I
They
try
don't
to
have to.
verify it. Yeah,
Yeah, they
it's
don't have
exposure
to.
for them.
Yeah, that's all it is. Because we're talking about it, and now people are gonna go check it out. By the way, Tr, she looks like Ice Spice, and they look exactly alike.
She looks like a
The-
boy.
Like I said, she looks like Ice Spice. Um,
Damn
they
shot.
they they look like they could be related, man.
Yeah.
I never made the connotation of them looking like boys, but they do look alike in my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't see like you know who Ariana Grande is, however you say her name.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old she is, but what I do know is she looks like a little kid. So automatically it's like people who like find her attractive, I'm like, I kind of want to see what your browser history is because I might have to report it to the authorities.
Hey,
Like,
she got married and she took another dude that was married. She broke up her marriage to take another dude that was married. And I mean, she did get a little smoke for that.
you better throw some alleged on that, man.
No, that's
We ain't trying to
well,
get
okay.
that smoke.
Allegedly, she broke somebody broke up the marriage. And then the guy that was the SpongeBob dude, I don't know if he was with her still, but he broke up his marriage, which yeah, I mean, you got some good points here, but MC, ain't nobody changing, and the women ain't changing, and the men ain't changing either. Like they only change if they're forced to change, just like with
Yeah.
the corn industry when they had to change their uploading habits or their content from Visa and MasterCard, which I would think with if you want to tap OF, you want to put them on a business, that's the way to go.
I think if OF goes out of business, something will just come. It's like Hydra. You cut off one head, there's gonna be two that grow back.
Yeah.
Like you're never going. You would have to find some way to kill the demand for a vagina, which you never ever do.
Well,
So
this is
if OF
more
goes away, it'll be
young.
replaced.
Yeah, but this is more for the young situation though, because Q, she had made the whoops. All right, sorry. Q had made the comment about, the men that are into this, and that's such a slippery road for me though, because I know you said what you said too, though, but we don't know how old some of these men are. We do know the majority of men that are OF are married, and then we don't know if those men are in their 40s or 30s. I would believe that those men are probably in their 20s to 30s. And so, I know a lot of men their age may not be on OF though, but for men in their 20s and if they're into Lil Tay like that, I don't know, I guess. But again, I got more questions because she looks like a boy to me. And so I know some people say different things about Angel Reese. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess it's all eye in the behold. I only bring up Angel Reese though because people
It is. It is
people make
subjective.
yeah, it's 100% subjective. So I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna have that conversation about men again on these 18, well, the crazy thing. So they started that conversation off by going directly at the men. I got questions about the parents. Like, I know people were asking about the dad and mom. I don't know if the mom or dad are involved like that though.
The
But
dad knows. I just looked it up. He interviewed with TMZ. He said he knows, but he'll never watch or subscribe.
I mean, do we? What answer was he supposed to give?
I forbid my daughter to do some mess like this. That's
Well,
the answer.
yeah, but she's 18 and she just made more. Well, she probably has more money than he does. But I guess this is the curse. If you let your kids turn into, like, look, when we were growing up and we saw some of these child actors, you know what they did? They didn't do OF. They did, they did the nose stuff, and they did the drinking, and they did like they're getting arrested for drunk driving, or just having wild situations happen to them. These child actors, they never did any stuff like this. And I'm starting to see a lot of these social media people, once they get to a certain age, maybe their fans go from, after they turn 17, 18, just like you said with Bobby, that actually might be a little bit more accurate, I guess, is that they want to jump on their OF or jump on their their pictures to get more risque pictures, I suppose. But I don't know how you can change any of this stuff though, because you can't say that the men are criminals for for saying they like this type of stuff without knowing the type of men that are on there, the age of those men. And then also, if it's such a problem, then move the age up. That'll fix the problem. But nobody wants to move the age up.
Nah. And what I will disagree with you is I think the people that are on OF are at least 30 years old because everybody's been in their 20s at one point. You do not have disposable
Yeah.
income in your 20s.
Yeah. No, you're right. And Brandon's a good point though, because after you do all that other stuff, though, yeah, you start to age out, or they gotta, you gotta do something a little way more crazier. And I don't know OF is the right path, right path though, but I feel bad for the dad. He has to answer questions by his daughter's OF. That's a sad day.
Thank Kim K for this because she's the mother of the fast money lifestyle for women. So Kim K.
Yeah, well, Kim K, and then also Paris Hilton, and they've, it's funny, for the most part, they've moved away from that crazy and showing all the skin. They paved the way, but they moved away from all that stuff. One's married and the other's not married. Actually, Paris Hilton's married to one guy. She's the only guy that she's ever been married to, and Kim has been married to one guy, but she got multiple kids. So,
Bro, go get married too, TR.
yeah, no, you're right about that too. That's something that I've learned about this space though, is that hoes get turned housewives all the time. I'm not calling by a hoe, but they do.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is what
man.
it is.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go to the last